How's it hanging, dudes? My name is Sean and welcome back to another Jurassic World Evolution video. So this is going to be upload 2 of potentially 3 today. We just played T-Rex Breakout and man, that was a badass game, wasn't it? I wish it was a little more optimized, but man, if they add some more stuff to that, that's going to be great. I also kind of discovered a new dinosaur game that I don't think anybody knows about. And I'll be uploading that after this video. But right now, what we want to focus on is Jurassic World Evolution. And I know you guys like Jurassic World Evolution, so go ahead and smack that like button. And let's get right into the video. So, eating habits. Dinosaurs with their eating habits. There's been a lot of questions that has come to the surface about this. Particularly with herbivores. There's a couple of carnivore questions, but I really want to focus on the herbivores real quick. So I had a subscriber in Discord ask me if, oh, by the way, if you guys want to have regular contact with me, joining Discord is the best way to do that. And we're always shooting the shit in there and talking about dinosaurs and all that good stuff. But a subscriber had asked me if you don't put a plant feeder in the herbivore enclosure, will they be able to eat the plants that are just naturally in the environment? And the answer is no. That's not going to be able to happen. Their food meter will go down, and the reason why is because different herbivores require different kind of plant matter, and plant matter of which hasn't been on the earth in millions of years, right? Excuse me. Anyways. Whew. So yeah, the plant matter that hasn't been on the earth within millions and millions of years. So there's a bunch of paleontological, that's the word I'm looking for, plant matter that had to be recreated, I would imagine, within Jurassic World Evolution. Now, will they touch on this? I don't know. But most of the plants, I would imagine, most of the plants look like, the Jurassic era or other, previous eras of dinosaur life and inhabitants. But not necessarily. It's, common plants that you would find anywhere in the tropics and stuff like that. The grass is naturally growing on these islands, and they're not necessarily the same kinds of plants that these dinosaurs would have eaten a long time ago. Not to say that it would hurt them, but it doesn't have the kinds of nutrients and stuff like that that the plants from years back would have, right? So now, will Jurassic World Evolution feature this and showcase this at all? Will there be multiple different kinds of plant feeders? I would say yes, because 1 or 2 plant feeders would just be, it's just, you'd have to have plant feeders for brachiosauruses and stuff like that. There's going to be different kinds of plant feeders, but I think they should definitely have a greenhouse. You know what I mean? You should have to build a greenhouse to be able to grow these plants for your dinosaurs. Because where do these plants come from? Do they just pop up out of the ground and you never get to see where they're made? There's a whole underground society of the game that you don't even get to manage, even though you're a park director, right? That just doesn't. A lot of that stuff that doesn't really make sense to me. Doesn't mean that's not a bad thing. Doesn't mean it's game breaking. It's just in the back of your mind, it's like, where is this stuff coming from? You know what I mean? Like, how are they making this stuff? You know what I'm saying? Are they finding plants that were still growing from way back then that are same today? Will they touch on that at all? I don't know. Is there plants? There is plants out there that's on the earth today that grew way back when, but will they touch on that? Will they say that? Will they extrapolate that further? Will you be able to grow these plants yourself? I don't know. I really do not know. And it's a little frustrating when you sit there and think about it, because I'm a super immersive guy. Like, if I'm playing City Skylines, for example, like, I spend more time on the street than the actual people do. I'm looking at everything, you know what I mean? So, and I do like to be immersed, and a lot of times I role play heavily, and whenever you're doing that, a lot of these little bitty things start to be huge glaring things, right? So I think that would be kind of cool if you just had like a quick, let's say greenhouse you can plop down, and that greenhouse would facilitate an X number of herbivores, right? So might have to have 2 or 3 greenhouses right next to each other to feed all the herbivores in the environment, right? So now what happens when they don't have food? Well, they're going to get agitated if there's only one feeder to, let's say, we've seen 3 dinosaurs feed on a feeder at a time. Let's say you have 9 dinosaurs in an enclosure and there's only one feeder. Oh, well, they're going to end up getting agitated. They're going to get mad. They're going to get disgruntled. They're going to fight with each other or break out and attack your guests. They'll get other food and different enclosures and stuff like that. Their life will find a way, right? And that brings us to carnivores. You know, what happens when that happens? But let's back it up with carnivores first, and let's talk about their feeders. So we know that, like we've seen with the velociraptor, for example, that it's a different feeder than just a goat, right? And I'm not going to have a bunch of these different gameplays up. Everybody's seen these gameplays before. I'm not just going to keep overlaying them. I'm just going to have some of this basic gameplay. Just because we've all seen these animations and stuff. We've seen the goats and whatnot. So yeah, I think there'll definitely be cow. I think those you just get cows in JPOG, right? Yeah. So I think there's going to be cows, and different kinds of meat and sustenance. And that's another thing. You know, it's like if the plant matter for the dinosaurs is kind of specific, and I don't know if this is in game or not, and they're not just, you know, picking plants from modern day, you know, just like they're picking animals from modern day to feed to the dinosaurs. But we really don't know too much about that, so we're just speculating, really, when you think about it. And will these dinosaurs get tired of eating, you know, cattle and goats and, you know, different chopped up pieces of meat and stuff like that, right? Man, I don't know. Like, maybe they want to hunt, you know. Oh, maybe there'll be an unethical goal to where they'd be like, you have to place a few Suchomimuses in your Tyrannosaur exhibit because your Tyrannosaur wants to hunt, right? Or your Spinosaurus wants to hunt. And the goats just isn't doing it for him. You know what I mean? Because we've seen goats just stand there. That's not much of a hunt. So maybe they'll want to break out because their hunt meter is so low, right? But then if you put a Gallimimus in or Struthiomimus in Rex enclosure, will that make you seem like a bad guy who's just wanting to kill dinosaurs? You know what I mean? Will that have adverse effects on your park rating? Will that make you seem like an asshole? In, you know, in I guess layman's terms. And I really don't know. So yeah, but so let's say they do get disgruntled and they want to break out. Well, the thing is, you're going to have a park guest that will get eaten. If a Tyrannosaurus is hungry and it breaks out, the first thing it's going to do is try to eat anything. It's going to eat something, right? Okay, so what's the best way to do this? Well, the best way is to prevent this, I should say. The best way to prevent this is to make sure your habitat is top notch. Soon I'm crafting a video, and I wanna go through a lot of detail with this video. A video that's going to be coming out in a few days to come, on ways to build each park enclosure and why it is important for each park enclosure that you build, whether it's an Edmontosaurus or a Tyrannosaurus. You have to take the time, the painstaking time, to make sure that your each enclosure is well balanced, so well balanced. And you'll never have, you can have maybe a low tiered fence, and you won't ever have to worry about it except for a storm, right? And even if that happens, most likely your guests will already be in their shelter. So, but I don't want to say too much about that because it's going to be in another video. But yeah, your enclosure optimization is going to be key. I'm definitely going to feature that in, and that's a way to keep them from eating your park guests anyway. And so yeah, and I'm sure there's going to be a whole bunch of people out there kind of, you know, playing around and seeing to what limits it takes for a Tyrannosaurus to just get mad and break out and get hungry, right? So I'm sure that's going to happen, and I'm sure there's going to be people trying to push even herbivores to their fullest extent, you know. Imagine if you had like 2 Tyrannosauruses and 6 Triceratops all in a huge same enclosure where there's enough territory to be separated, but constantly Tyrannosaurs are hunting them. And you know, it's just an enclosure. You know, it's, hey, this is life. This is the way it is. But I don't know if like if there would be an actual ecosystem type thing or anything like that where eventually it'll balance out and the Tyrannosaurus won't just eat dinosaurs until they're all gone. You know, so I don't know. I really do not know, but I hope you guys enjoyed this this eating habits style of video. A lot of you guys had some questions about that, so I hope I addressed most of them here. There is some questions like, you know, where are we going to have like huge amounts of areas where goats live? Because if we're feeding numerous amounts of goats to all these dinosaurs, well, these goats got to come from somewhere, right? And so I would probably just have an enclosure full of goats because I like the rope. So yeah, that's what I would do. I'd just probably have like a little area for, you know, all the goats. And but if there's not a greenhouse, that's going to be a little weird. I don't really know how that would work out. But anyways, that's been a video, guys. That's all I got for you. Stay tuned for the next upload, and yeah, I appreciate you guys like always, and I'll see you in the next one.